What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty video. Today we're going to go through the entire XP reward path, and I will tell you guys who you should be picking with your first pick, second, third, and however many there is. I have them all ranked. Specifically, we're going to look at the evolution cards, the show classic, the pre-order diamonds, the level 80s, and then the silver one or level 100s. Before we get into this one, make sure to leave a like down below if you guys do enjoy these videos. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. You've been killing it with the support this year. Like, seriously, I cannot thank you guys enough. Ton more tip videos, gameplay tomorrow with Corey Kluber, who I picked up today, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Before we get into this one, again, I do want to note this is always going to depend on your situation, what you need for your team. It's not going to be completely black or white, but it is going to be the overall consensus to me who I think is the best, second best, and so on throughout these, not all the time just based upon your specific situation nor my specific situation. But with that being said, let's start off with the evolution cards. Obviously these we're not going to look at the silver overalls, we're going to look at once they actually grow up, and I believe the best one is Eddie Matthews without a shadow of a doubt. He has been phenomenal and a half for me. On paper he has silver defense, 79 arm, 52 speed, 105 power versus righties, 84 against lefties, 89 vision. For a kind of guy with a lot of power, that is very good, and he has a super sweet swing. I am hitting 545 with him, 6 home runs, and 333 at bats. Really like this Eddie Matthews. Definitely recommend. Dennis Eckersley is going to be my second pick. I would have picked him, and I think perhaps he could even be better than Eddie. I just think a third baseman's more important than one diamond reliever right now. 105 hit 9, 98 key 9, 108 walk 9, super important this year. 111 pitch clutch, slider, sinker, four seam. Only big downside, no changeup, and he does not throw hard. I believe you really want to throw hard this year. I think velocity is not quite back to where it was back in MLB 16, 15, and previous, but I do think pitch speeds are up and you need to have high velocities for pitchers this year. Next up, Ivan Rodriguez is going to be my number 3. I think Eckersley and Eddie Matthews are the de facto 1 and 2 above these two. Mid-80s contact, 76 power against lefties, 92 vision, diamond shield defense at 90 fielding, 94 arm strength, 85 blocking, and 69 speed. Didn't love his signature card last year once I had it, and I think there are definitely better options at catcher, so this shouldn't be a priority to you. And then Carlos Gonzalez is going to be my last pick. Love his swing, love his arm strength, don't love his vision, don't love his not great power, only at 74 and 81. I still think this is a great card, and that's going to go for everything we're going to talk about. Everybody here is great. I just think there is a little bit better. So that's going to be for the evolution cards. You get them at every single level 10. Let's move on to the show classics. The first one I recommend is Charlie Morton right here. Charlie Morton is special in the fact that long relievers are really at a premium all the time in the show, and especially until the postseason. Once we see cards kind of like this, you know how we got a Steven Strasburg reliever card last year, I think we did get that, or it was one of these years. 74 stamina, 89 hit 9, 90 K per 9, 75 walk 9, and great pitches: two-seamer, knuckle curveball, four-seam cutter, and a splitter. And he's gonna throw about 99, 100 miles per hour on that four-seam fastball. Really like this card. He is who I picked. Next up, I will go Adalberto Mondesi. Of course, this card is much beloved in the community, and that's why they brought it back, and I think it's really good. 97 speed, 96 steal, 81 arm, 77 fielding. Stealing is very, very effective. I'm going to have a video tomorrow talking about stealing tips. It's not that hard. It's actually almost very overpowered in my opinion. Not great offensively, but speed kills this game. Speed can be very reliant for you you, and you are going to do a lot of damage even though you don't have the best hitting stats. Gary Sanchez is going to come up at number 3. Why is he this late? Because the gold Gary Sanchez is not much worse than this card. He is very similar in attributes. 101, 102 power, and speed are king this year. That is the meta from what I have found so far. Low contact against lefties and only 50 vision. Once you get up on the higher difficulties, that's going to hurt you. 70 blocking, 80 arm strength, not great. 49 speed. Next up, Alex Reyes. I think this card has great pitches. I like his per 9s. Except when it comes to his walk per 9 only at 64. 4-seam, 12-6, changeup, sinker, and a slider. Gonna throw 98, 99. Pretty gas. 84 hit 9, 91 K9. I generally like the look of this card, but the control and walk 9 is low for me. I think those are very important attributes this year, and I just think the other 3 prior are better than him. And then Victor Robles, who I really liked back in 18, but unfortunately, I just think the other 4 are better. 84 and 90 contact, 41, 57 power, 77 vision, 87 arm, 87 fielding, 81 arm, 97 speed. Mondesi's got the better stealing. I just think he's a better overall card and can play a lot of places, unlike Robles, who can just play the outfield. Moving on to the pre-order diamonds, gonna try and speed this up a little bit. Number 1 I recommend is gonna be Greg Maddux right here. I have had some control issues with him. Despite him having 86 walk 9, he's very low on velocity, only 91 miles per hour. However, I still think his pitches are pretty much a cut choice. They are very good. Sinker, circle changeup, cutter, 4-seam, curveball. 104 stamina, 83 hit 9, 76 K9, 86 walk per 9. Next up, Tom Glavine. I also think this card is very good. More velocity, still has a nice circle changeup, and as well as a sliding curveball, a slider. 102 stamina, 80 hit per 9, 90 K per 9. Overall, I just think he's been really good once I have used him. John Smoltz is going to be my number 3. I don't put a lot of much into the hitters on this list. John Smoltz, 4-seam, slider, circle changeup, curveball, changeup. Gonna throw a lot faster than Glavine or Maddux. He has 2 changeups, which doesn't exactly help him. It more so hurts him because that pitch is pretty much wasted. They are very similar. 92 K per 9, 79 hits per 9, 65 walk 9 is really what separates him from the other 2 Brave starters. I would pick David Ortiz next. He is going to be probably just a bench bat for you. I wouldn't start him because he's not good against lefties. 56 and 64 splits, 75 vision, not great. Defense also not great, but in my time using him, I was just fine defensively, no issues. Here are my stats with him: 20 at bats, home run, hit 316. Not very good, was not too impressed. Mariano Rivera, speaking of guys I'm not really impressed by, however, a diamond reliever is a diamond reliever, and I still think he's better than other of these hitters. 102 hit 9, 75 K9, 90 walk per 9, 112 pitch clutch. Gonna help you out a lot if you do get into a jam and give up base runners, which you will with this Mariano Rivera. He has 3 fastballs, none of which are all that different. The 2-seamer I wouldn't really throw, so you basically have a cutter, a 4-seamer, and a slider. All the fastballs are pretty much the same velocity, and he really lacks a changeup. You pretty much can tell it's either going to go straight with the 4-seam or it's going to move with the cutter or slider, and that really makes him very predictable. Next up, I would say Mickey Mantle would be the next guy to go with. A lot of speed, like I said, speed kills. Switch hitter, good against right-handers. I would not start him. Yet again, 66 vision, 57-47 splits against lefties is disgusting, but in a bad way. 82-81 splits against righties, 88 arm, good defensively, but really only the speed that he has. And then Gary Sheffield, I just don't really like that much. 57 fielding is really low, 60 reaction. The speed is cool at third base, 100 contact against lefties, good vision, but he doesn't have much power against lefties, and I would rather have any of the other guys before him. Moving on to the high diamond pack, we are getting into Corey Kluber, who I believe is the best choice right here. And the reason why is because, once again, he has great pitches: sinker, sliding curveball, cutter, 4-seam, changeup. Doesn't throw all that hard. 95, 96, 103 hit 9, 105 K9, 95 walk per 9. He is the best starting pitcher in the game right now. Definitely recommend. Cannot wait to try him out. Next up, Raleigh Fingers. course, it was not easy for me to pick Corey Kluber over this Raleigh Fingers because I've had history with him and I was amazing with him last year. Sinker, slider, forkball, fastball, very good. Doesn't throw all that hard. 95-96. The forkball is even better than a changeup in my opinion. 111 K9, 107 hit 9, nearly 40 stamina, so he can probably go 2 innings for you. 125 maxed out pitch clutch, amazing. Really like that card right there. Ricky Henderson, why is he here? Why is he above the 98 Hal Newhouser? Because he has speed and he is very good against left-handers, which is, you know, his power side. 85 and 114 contact respectively against lefties, 80 and 54 splits against righties with 92 vision, still definitely viable. Great reaction at 95, very important this year with the perfects. People slap the ball all over the field and you need that. Some kind of range with 99 speed and 95 reaction to get there. Hal Newhouser is next. I will fully admit the reason why he is lower on my list despite having pretty similar per 9s to Kluber is because he has a very annoying windup. Straight up, that's a reason why I really would not want this card, because it annoys me. I don't like sitting here for 4 or 5 seconds waiting for that windup. If you don't mind that, then he's probably going to jump up on the list and might be number 2, number 1 for you. 124, nearly maxed out. Stamina 102, hit 9, 109 K9, 70 walk 9, not as good as Kluber, but he does throw a lot faster. He was probably going to hit triple digits at 100 miles per hour. The changeup differential to the four seam, very good, 18 to 20 miles per hour. And the 99 break, I would bet, is probably on that sweeping curveball as well, being his second pitch. He looks very good. I'm just worried about the windup. Finally, Willie McCovey's going to be the last one here. The reason why he's last is because he's not great against lefties. 81 and 79 splits, 88 vision is not bad, but doesn't have good speed at 34. I think that's really a hindrance. You know, nothing special defensively, and he's really only going to kill righties. So you're basically, at this point, he will be your 5th pick. I think he's more of a bench bat rather than somebody you want to be picking first here. It's, you know, guys like Raleigh Fingers and Corey Kluber who are going to be starters on your team the entire year. And finally, we move into the silver level 1 or the level 100 pack. This is, I really can't tell. I kind of think last year's was better. If you think about Tony Gwynn, Frank Thomas, I think there's better aspects, but there's no bad choices in here whatsoever. I thought Brooks Robinson was kind of on the light side. I didn't really think he was that good, and there's no weak points. Everybody here is very solid. Who I think is the best is Barry Larkin for this reason why. He has 113 and 93 contact, 62 power against righties, 104 against lefties. He has 108 vision, 86 fielding, 81 arm, 86 speed and 98 steal. That's plenty enough to steal pretty much any bag that you want to, unless they're fully committing and doing a pitch out on you, which does not happen all that often. But the reason why he's so valuable is because I don't see many shortstops besides maybe Cal Ripken Jr. at some point surpassing him. There's no Troy Tulowitzki this year. Honus Wagner is going to be here at some point. We don't know when that is going to be, but I think he's going to have some of the most longevity of these cards you're going to get. And if you put him behind a lefty, if you pair him with somebody like a Mickey Mantle, which you might get at this point if you pair him with Ken Griffey Jr. once he comes out, any of the great lefties, you know, with the 3-batter minimum, you're going to have to pitch to him, and he has a ton of power, sneaky power. Not a lot of people are going to be expecting this from Barry Larkin. I really like the looks of that card. Next up is Reggie Jackson. I think he has one of the best swings in the game. I hit very, very well with Reggie Jackson cards always. The downside, the fielding. 68 fielding is not ideal. It would kind of make me want to put him in left field. I think that is the best case scenario. 80 arm strength, 71 speed, still plenty viable out there. Left field is just where you can kind of stick those not great defensively. 110, 115 splits against righties, amazing. 94, 101 splits against lefties, amazing. When I use Reggie Jackson, honestly, I hit just as well against lefties than I do righties. There's certain hitters that I feel that way, and he is definitely one of them. I think he is a great, great card overall. This is going to be kind of my upset pick. I'm going to have Buster Posey at number 3. I know a lot of people are expecting Buster Posey to be the best out of the bunch. This is the reason why I do not think he is. I would much rather have my created player at catcher. I'm going to throw up a screenshot. This was from my good friend, Give Me My Money. We talk a lot about Diamond Dynasty there. He has a really, really good squad, and he already has a maxed out catcher cap with pretty much the best equipment in the game. And as you can see, he is just so well-rounded. He's a switch hitter. You can pick your own swing, which really cannot even be accounted for how much that matters. He has so much more speed. He has even better fielding on top of already great fielding from Buster Posey. He's not going to have the power versus lefties, but he has better vision and very similar contact. I would rather have that at catcher. The reason why Buster Posey is still pretty good is because you could play him at first base, and I think that's what you want to do with Buster Posey. The speed is once again a hindrance to me. I know 40 isn't the worst. You could have a lot worse, but 40 is still by no means good. I think this is a great card. I just think there's better catchers, specifically your created player, which you can get a lot faster than Buster Posey, and you don't have to waste one of your picks on him. But I do love this card. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be one of the best first basemen in the game. On paper, at first, Ryne Sandberg looked like one of the best players within this pack to me, being him at a second baseman. Those are usually at a premium. I am right now looking for a second baseman. I don't have a whole lot of options, but I just do not really like Ryne Sandberg's swing. I'm going to try it out some more and see if I like it, because these stats are so good, and this is going to be one of the best second basemen in the game right alongside Craig Biggio. 80 speed, 93 steal, diamond defense at 92, 78 arm. Would like to see that a bit better for cutoffs, but not bad. 104 vision, mid 80s power, 104 and 113 contact respectively. Very good for this Ryne Sandberg. The only thing is, when I've had his cards in the past, I don't love his swing. I think about MLB 18, the collection, like equipment or souvenir Ryne Sandberg, I think it was. I really did not like his swing all that much. For that reason alone, like I said, it's really going to drop spots down this list because swings are so important. And then last but not least is going to be Minnie Minoso. New legend last year, his card was a Battle Royale Flawless, went for way overpriced, so I never had a chance to try him. I don't know what his swing is like. This card is pretty good though. The downsides to it is I think he has kind of low arm strength at 74. He has good fielding at 87. Yes, you can probably play him at third base, but I just think that the other cards on this list are going to be better. I think power is very important, as I've mentioned before. 80-73 is no slouch, but it could be better. Great contact, good speed at 87 with 81 steal, and then nearly maxed out vision at 122. I just don't know how good he's going to be because I haven't used his swing before, and I think once again that these other four players are going to be better. As I previously mentioned, once again, this is my own opinion. This is who I think is going to be the best based off a couple different factors. Overall situation, I know some people aren't going to make a cap catcher, so Buster Posey by all means might be right up on top of your list. Truth be told, I don't know how many better catchers there are going to be. I think Craig Biggio, I would rather have a catcher than Buster Posey. I don't know what Biggio's blocking statistic is, but I would rather have the 90 speed. I think it can even prestige up to a 93 than Buster Posey. But if you're not going to make a cap catcher, I can definitely see you picking Buster Posey at your first overall pick. And then also, I take my experience in with some of these players such as Reggie Jackson. My success with his cards in the past is going to make me want him even more, and the 3 batter minimum I think also does play a lot into account, because ordering your lineup and having good diversity is more important than ever. You can really kind of predict how things are gonna, or not predict, but be prepared for how things are gonna go. If you have like a Joey Gallo kind of lefty and pair him with Barry Larkin behind him, who would you rather face? You have Barry Larkin with ton of speed, 106 power against lefties, but you also have Joey Gallo. Do you really want to make the switch? If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like down below. If you have already gotten to Silver 1, comment down below which of these players you picked and how are they doing for you. It's going to help out a lot of people, including myself, because I am not completely set in stone, as I'm not at level Silver 1 yet, so I don't have the pack yet. I could be convinced and move on to somebody else, but right now I think Barry Larkin is going to be the choice. And if you guys have differing opinions, also let me know in the comment section. Maybe you think Barry Larkin's the worst. Maybe you think you'd rather have, I don't know, who's a bum shortstop within here? Maybe you'd rather have Marwin Gonzalez. Maybe that's the case. But either way, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. There goes some Saudi. Yeet.